Hare Krishna. All right. So, Jai Śrī Vāmana-deva ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pada ki Jai. All right. So, let's begin. Jai Shri Sachinandan. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhar Vikagiri Dhari Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vāmana Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gorkshodas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupa Anubhariya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatt Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadass Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandadi Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Namachay Shila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shiksheta Mandala Gora Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Bharata Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Binda Devi ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Jai Śrī Vāmana-deva ki Jai. Jai Śrī Vāmana Dvādaśī Titi ki Jai. Titi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Śrī Bali Mahārāja ki Jai. Jai. Jai Śrī. What's his wife's name? Ratnavati Devi, was it? I don't know. Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pada ki Jai. Tvadir Shubha Avirbhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Śrīla. Today we're going to be reading from Jai Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All right, let's get the. 1 second, let me just share my screen. Okay. We'll do Mangalacharan now. Ajnanatimirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Tavai vasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyaya devi tvang nayamang charanantikam bhaktya vihina aparada lakshay kshiptashtakama aditaranga madhye kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanaravindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Oh, and there's a praṇāma mantra for Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī and also for Śrī Vāmana-deva. Let's do that. So let me make this bigger. So obeisances to Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī. Shri Rupa Charan. Wait, let me make it bigger. Yeah. Shri Rupa Charana Dvandva Raginam Vrajavasinam Shri Jivam Satatang Bande Mandeshwanandadayinam. So this is from the Sadhan Dipika, quoted in Bhakti Ratnakar 4.289. The meaning is, Shri Jiva is devoted to the two lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, and he is a resident of Raj. I forever offer prayers to Shri Jiva, who brings joy to the hearts of the ignorant with his conclusive illuminations on the Absolute. And now here's Archan in the Bengali Gaudiya Giti Gucha. Actually, maybe we'll do this. No, we'll do it now. So in the Bengali Gaudiya Giti Gucha, they have a special section for Archan for all the different avatars, of Bhagavan that happen throughout the year, like their appearance days throughout the year, the Archan that we do in those days. And so these are the mantras that they give. So first is the meditation on Śrī Vāmana-deva. What's the meter for this? I don't know. Om Shri Vatsa Kostubo. Anyways, whatever. I'm just going to say it however. Om Shri Vatsa Kostubo Rakskam Purnandu Sadrisha Dutim Sundaram Pundari Kaksha Mati Karvatarang Harim Mekhala Jina Dandari Chinne Nankitamishwaram Vatu Vesha Dharam Vande Sarva Vedanta Gocharam. So this is the meditation mantra. It means on Śrī Vāmana-deva's chest, Śrī Vāmana-deva's chest is ornamented by the Shrivatsa, the emblem of the goddess of fortune, and the Kaustuba gems. His complexion resembles a full moon. His eyes are charming. His form is tiny. He is adorned with a girdle, deerskin, and staff, and he wears the cloth of a brahmachari. I offer prayers to that Sri Hari, who is visible after one realizes the conclusive truth of all Vedic knowledge. And then it gives his Mool mantra for when you do Archan. It's Om Vamanaya Namaha. Then this is the mantra when you offer Argya to Śrī Vāmana-deva. You say, Vamanaya Namastubhyam Kranta Tribhuvanaya Cha Grihanargyam Maya Datta Vamanaya Namostute. I offer obeisance to you, Śrī Vāmana-deva, who stepped over the three worlds. Please accept this argya I am offering you. I again offer you obeisance. Now here's the mantra for when you offer charity, the Dan mantra. So if you're ever going to give in charity, this is a special mantra to say. Vāmano buddhido datta drayasta vāmana swayam vāmanascha pratik. Sorry. She just tried looking at this. Vāmanascha pratigrahi tena me vāmane rati. Śrī Vāmana-deva is the bestower of intelligence, the munificent benefactor, and the Lord of all things. Yet he is also the recipient of charity. Therefore, may I develop love for Vāmana-deva. Nice mantra. Okay, so now obeisance mantra. Labdva vairochanad bhumim padbhyam dvabhyamatitya. Sorry, dvabhyamatitya. Let me start over. Padbhyam dvabhyamatityam abrahma bhuvanam krantam vamanam tam namamyaham. I offer obeisance to Sri Bhagavan Vāmana-deva. He obtained in charity 3 steps of land from Bali Mahārāja, the son of Virochana. With his first step, he traversed Bhuloka. With his first step, he traversed Bhuloka. Within his second step, he claimed all the planetary systems up to Satyaloka, Brahmaloka. Trailokya Rajamachidya Balirindraya Yodado Namastasmai Sureshaya Sadavamana Rupine. He took from Bali rule over the 3 worlds, and he bestowed it upon Indra. I forever offer obeisance to the Lord of Lords who took the form of Śrī Vāmana-deva. And all these mantras are going in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha, in the Archandipika. Maybe I should put them in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha though, huh? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe not. I don't know. All right. So, Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Let's see who is there. Sarveshwari Mataji, Gada Graja Prabhu, Nitai Mukeshji, Champak Mataji, Sarveshwari, I already said Sarveshwari Mataji, Nri Hari Prabhu, and Papatarani Mataji. And who else? Let's see. Oh, Amal Krishna Prabhu, Haribo, Indira Mataji, and I see a couple other devotees. Dandavat Pranams. If you write a comment, I'll see who you are. All right. So today our program is, what should we read about first? Vāmana-deva or Jīva Gosvāmī? Maybe let's read about Vāmana-deva first. So we'll read a class by Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj on Vāmana-deva. And then we will read from Sri Chaitanya. And then maybe in the middle, let's sing, what is it? The Daśāvatara-stotram by Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī. And then we will read from Sri Chaitanya and his associates, that wonderful book by Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Goswami Maharaj. And we can sing, I don't know, this, the Vishaya Vasana Rupa, that's a nice song. You can sing that has Jīva Gosvāmī in it. Or is it Śrī Jīva Gosvāmī Kavi Siddhanta Salile Nibhaibe Tarkanala Chitta Jahe Jwale. So that has that verse in that. We can sing that. There's also the Shochak, Jīva Gosvāmī Shochak. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we do on time. Oh, Srivas Prabhu is here. Srivas, do you have something special? I mean, I already had something planned out, but there's gonna be time, like if you have anything special that you want to share. Haribo? Special that you want to.
I don't know. It just went on like infinite repeat, like 3 times. Special that you want to. I don't know. It just went on like infinite repeat, like 3 times.
Sorry about that. Okay, I think Srivas, if you have it playing, like a video playing. I don't know. Yeah, that's strange. Usually that doesn't happen. On Zoom, there should be something like to take, like if you go to settings and you go to
Sorry, I had you playing on Facebook and Zoom at the same time. I couldn't figure it out.
That was it happened.
Old man problems. No, I don't have anything. I'm just here to listen.
Okay. Great. If anything comes to mind, you could always jump in.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we're beginning. We just went through we're putting this in Archan Dipika. These are Archan of Śrī Vāmana-deva. There's a meditation mantra, the Arghya mantra, the offering Dan mantra, the charity mantra, and then praṇāma mantras. We just went through that. And also this we're including in the Gaudiya Giti Gucha from praṇāma mantra for Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī. All right, so let's begin. This is from Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, September 15. Oh, wait. Now, this is a class that he gave on September 13, 2016. Let me make this bigger. Seemed like every like half the days in the year, it seemed like that, it felt like that. Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī would always begin with his harikathā. Aaj ek vishesh titi hai. Today is a special day. It is the appearance day of Vāmana-deva. For those observing the Chaturmasya Vrat, today is also a special titi known as Parsha Parivartan. Bhagavan, who has been resting facing north, will today turn to the other side facing south. There are 8 Mahādvādashīs. Jaya, today's Jaya Mahādvādashī here in Navadvip, actually. The first Mahādvādashī, the first of the 8. So, Jaya, Vijaya, Jayanti, Papamochani, Pakshavardhini, Vyanjali, and then also Trisprisha and Unmilani. There is no rule that all 8 will appear every year. However, if they all do appear in a year, then it is only after another 8 years that they will reappear together within 1 year. So every 8 years, there's just a year filled with Mahādvādashīs. That's very interesting. Today is another special titi. It is the Avirbhav titi of Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī, who is the youngest amongst the Shad Goswāmis. There are so many titis on this day. Bhagavan said in the Gita 4.8, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Deliverance of a special kind. Sri Jayadev Goswami sang, Keshavadrita mina sharira, Keshavadrita kurma sharira, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Śrīla Jayadev Goswami saying that Bhagavan appears in the form of a fish, tortoise, boar, and so on. But particular incarnations of Bhagavan, like Varaha, Kurma, and Matsya, are not as important as Vāmana-deva and Nrsimha-deva. Why are their incarnations more significant? Because paritran, deliverance, is of many types, and the type of paritran that benefits others the most has been categorized separately. In all incarnations, there is paritran, there is delivering the pious. But in incarnations like Vāmana-deva and Nrsimha-deva, there is also special deliverance, whereas in Parshuram's incarnation, there is nothing special in his deliverance. I mean, it was pretty neat deliverance. It's slaughtering all the Kshatriyas. Okay. Bhagavan's deception is also his compassion. There's a picture of Vāmana-deva. I always wondered, why is Vāmana-deva's hair golden here? Is there a description that he has golden hair or something? Or was that just the... Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
This looks like a parikit painting, my our God brother.
Yes.
And it will be interesting to ask him, because I believe that this painting was done while Prabhupada was in the planet, and everything was approved. So
Okay.
I'll see if I find his number. And he was staying here in Big Island to ask him. Yeah, he's beautiful, boy.
Yes.
Wow.
Very beautiful. Okay, yeah, let us know. In the case of Vāmana-deva, when Bali Mahārāja conquered all the three worlds and took over the throne of Indra, reducing him to a pauper, Indra's mother Aditi prayed to Kashyapa to reinstate her son back as the king of heaven. Kashyapa had two wives, Diti, Aditi, and Diti. All the sons of Aditi were demigods, while the sons of Diti were demons. On the instructions of Kashyapa, Aditi performed severe penance, and Bhagavan mercifully appeared as her son Vāmana-deva, who was the younger brother of Indra. So he was also known as Upendra. I always wonder what Aditi and Diti's relationship was like with each other. There must have been like a lot of tension. Anyways, okay. Because Indra and Bali belonged to the same family and were related to Bhagavan in this incarnation, he decided to trick or cheat Bali to give the throne back to Indra. That is why the term chalayasi, which means deception, has been used in the Daśāvatara-stotram. Chalayasi vikramane balimarbhutavāman. It means, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a dwarf Brahman, all glories to you, O wonderful dwarf. By your massive steps, you deceived King Bali. Bhagavan's deceit is also his pastime. It is not a fault in him. All his activities are full of compassion. Just like sugar candy, no matter which side you taste it from, it will taste the same. There won't be any difference. However, not everyone will understand this. Only 3 steps of land. One second, let me just... There. Okay. Only 3 steps of land. Whoa, never saw this picture before. Let me zoom out so you can see it better. This looks like Suchandra's artwork. I'm not sure if it is, but this is her style. Okay. Bali Mahārāja had already conquered Swarga and Patal. In order to conquer all of the remaining places in the 14 planetary systems, Bali Mahārāja was performing a fire sacrifice, a yajna, to please Yagyapati Bhagavan. Shukracharya, the spiritual master of the demons, was the chief among the yajna performers. Vāmana-deva appeared at the place of the fire sacrifice in the form of a dwarf Brahman, a Brahman Bhattu, carrying a rod, water pot, umbrella, and wearing wooden sandals. Bali Mahārāja welcomed him and said, "You are a Brahman Bhattu, and you have come here to ask me for something. What do you desire?" Vāmana-deva replied, "I ask you for 3 steps of land. I desire to walk the path of eternal welfare, nivritti marg, and not the path of sense enjoyment, pravritti marg." To this, Bali Mahārāja smilingly said, "Your intelligence is just like your stature. It is dwarfed. Would you beg alms from others as well after accepting alms from me? I can provide you with everything. What do you desire? Would you like to marry a Brahmin girl? Or do you desire 10 villages to maintain a family?" Vāmana-deva replied, "No, I took a vow to perform austerities, so anything more than these 3 steps of land will turn my mind towards sense enjoyment." Bali Mahārāja pleaded, "Please reconsider." Vāmana-deva persisted, "I spoke only after giving it proper thought." Offering the self. But then Shukracharya told Bali Mahārāja, "He is not Bhattu, he is not a dwarf, he is Bhagavan. On the pretext of begging 3 steps of land, he'll take away everything. Then where will he reside?" Hearing this, Bali Mahārāja contemplated. If he is Bhagavan himself, even without offering him anything, he can still snatch away everything from me. So it is better for me to offer charity and assume the position of a donor. Just as Bali Mahārāja conveyed this decision, Vāmanadeva, assuming a very large form, covered the entire Svargaloka, the higher planets, with his first step. And with his second step, he covered all the outer worlds. He then asked Bali Maharaj, "Where shall I keep my third step? You are bound by your promise, so you have to keep your word." In fear of his defeat, Bali Maharaj looked towards his wife, Vindhyavali. Okay, that's what his wife's name is, Vindhyavali. Okay. I was trying to remember it during the Jadvani. So he looked towards his wife, Vindhyavali, who alluded to what he should do by touching her own head. "You gave all your material possessions, but you have not given your very self." Then Bali Maharaj surrendered his head before Vāmanadeva, saying, "You may keep your foot, this step, upon my head." Vāmanadeva then manifested a third foot from his lotus navel and rested it upon the head of Bali Maharaj. So really, Vindhyavali is like the unsung, I was going to say heroine in this story. You know, she gave the advice to Bali Maharaj to offer his head. Role reversal. There's another picture. I don't think I've seen this picture before. Interesting. All right. Okay, so Vāmanadeva added, "Until now, you were the donor and I was the receiver. Now I am the giver and you are the receiver." Bali Maharaj's foolish army was prepared for battle. Bali Maharaj ordered, "Tasmat kalam pratikshadvam." Please wait, because the time is not in our favor now. But overpowered by a sense of duty, his army proceeded to fight, even against his orders. My God. Sometimes, even the prime minister has to submit to the instruction of his bodyguards or security personnel. Why did Rajiv Gandhi die? Although he was not a prime minister, he was still under his security personnel. He had gone to South India, Tamil Nadu for campaigning. Yet he refused to pay heed to the instructions of his security and went to meet the people in the rallies and was assassinated as a result. Had he adhered to his security personnel's advice, his life would have been spared. This is an ancient ordinance for any head of state to follow counsel of his security personnel. When Bali Maharaj's army saw him bound by the ropes of Varuna, Babanda Varunai Pashar, arrested by the ropes of Varuna, then what could they do? Vāmanadeva said, "Now I am the donor and you are the receiver. I shall give you whatever you ask for." Did Bali Maharaj ask for the lost kingdom? Did his wife advise him to ask for something? No. But his sister Ratnavali, upon first seeing Vāmanadeva, said, "If this beautiful young lad were my son, I would have taken him on my lap and breastfed him." However, later, after Vāmanadeva snatched everything from her brother, she said, "If he were my son, I would have poisoned and killed him." That is why later she became Putana. Such are the pastimes of Bhagavan. They are infinite. Different perspectives. Thus, when Bali Maharaj was tied, he prayed, "Vāmanadeva, may your soothing lotus feet, which you have placed upon my head, always remain there. Do not take them back." This pastime of Bhagavan is viewed in two different ways, one by the karmakandis and jnanakandis, and another by the devotees. Devotees perceive that Bali Maharaj surrendered himself completely to Bhagavan and pleased him, whereas karmis perceive that Bali Maharaj offered charity beyond his capacity and therefore became bound. They even composed a shloka on this thought. Okay, so this is what the karmakandis say. They say, "Atti darpe hata lanka, atti mane chakorava, atti dane bali baddha, atti sarvatra garhitam." Means, excess pride destroyed the golden kingdom of Ravan. Excess feeling that I am great destroyed the Kauravas, the sons of Dhritarashtra. Excess charity got Bali bound up. Too much of everything is bad. Because of his pride, Ravan lost Lanka. Duryodhan, who craved honor and respect, thought himself to be a great personality, eventually met with ill fate. Do not just follow, know the import. Very important words. Do not just follow, know the import. So Bali Maharaj first said to Vāmana-deva, keep your third foot upon my head. And next begged for, and then he next begged for the second boon. And please do not withdraw it. When did Bhagavan go back to the Dham? Lakshmi Devi came as a Brahmani, referring to Bali as her brother, and requested Bali that Vāmana-deva be returned. And afterwards, she tied Raksha Sutra on the hand of Bali. So when you'll celebrate Raksha Bandhan, Bali's name is in the Raksha Bandhan mantra. Yeno Bandho Bali Raja Devendra Mahabala. We simply follow as a custom what comes down in parampara. But if we study the practices, then all these things become clear and meaningful. So Bhagavan's 3 feet, 3 manifestations. One stays with Bali Maharaj in the Patal Lok, and one in Kshir Sagar, and the last in Vaikuntha. Nowadays, no one follows all these things. Even a mother does not know the birth tithi of her son. She just refers to the date on the English calendar, the solar calendar, whereas we refer to the tithi, the lunar calendar. We determine the tithi based on the panchanga. Panchanga is prepared taking 5 attributes into consideration: tithi, nakshatra, karan, yoga, and vara. Different calculations. Today is Vāmana Dvādaśī, the day of Vāmana-deva's appearance. But sometimes there's a difference of opinion about Dvādaśī tithis. There are 8 Mahādvādashis. Jaya, which is today's Jaya Mahādvādaśī, Vijaya, Jayanti, Papamochani, Trisprisha, Vyanjali, Pakshavardhani, Unmilani. All these are Mahādvādashis. The Vaishnavas calculate the tithis in a different way than the Smartas. Therefore, Akadashi may fall on different days. According to Vaishnavas, Smritis and Smarta thoughts, according to Vaishnavas, Smritis and Smarta thoughts, tithis sometimes fall on different days. Sorry, there's some punctuation missing there. Okay, according to Vaishnava Smritis and Smarta thoughts, the comma, tithis sometimes fall on different days. Some observe Dashami Vidha Tithi, Akadashi. Some observe Dasham Vidha Akadashi, where there is a combination of Dashami and Akadashi tithis together. In other words, Vaishnavas do not consider a pure Akadashi if the Akadashi tithi was not on at Arunodoy. Arunodoy means it's when you can see, like, there's a glow in the sky right before the sun arises. That's Arunodoy, if I understand correctly. And then Suryodoy is when the sun is visible. So if there's Arunodoy, if the sun is like, the sun's just about to rise, the sky's all bright and the sun's just about to rise, and then the next tithi comes by that time, then that's considered an impure Akadashi, and Vaishnavas don't follow it, then they follow on the Dvādaśī, and it becomes Mahādvādaśī. When Duryodhana's mother Gandhari asked Yudhishthira Maharaj why her children died before her, he replied that if one observes Dashama Vidha Akadashi, one will have to suffer the pain of separation from their son. Putra Shok. My God. Wow, never follow Akadashi if it's touched by Dashami. Otherwise, you'll have to suffer the pain of separation from your son. That's kind of heavy. All right, so now we will sing the Daśāvatara-stotram. Let me just open it up. Big texts. Here, and I'll get my Mridanga. Oh, and I have to turn on noise suppression. Okay. Noise suppression. Okay. Where is it? Pralaya. Hey. Okay, so we're singing the Daśāvatara-stotram by Śrī Jīva Gosvāmī. Sorry, my computer's not being cooperative. There it is. Okay. I'm not going to read the translation because I just don't know how much time I'll have left over for Jiva Gosvāmī, so we'll just sing it. Pralaya payo. Oops, I'm not sharing my screen. Just realized. Sorry. Good time I caught myself this time. Good thing I caught myself this time. Okay. Pralaya payo dijale dhritavānasi veda vihita vahitra charitramakedam keshavadrita mina sharira jai jagarisha hare jai jagarisha hare Kshitiriha vipulatare tishtati tava prishte Dharani dharanakina chakra karishte Keshavadrita kurma sharira jai jagarisha hare jai jagarisha hare Vasati dashana shikare dharani tava lagna Shashini kalanka kaleva nimagna Keshavadrita shukara rupa jai jagarisha hare jai jagarisha hare Tava kara kamala vare nakam arbhuta shringam Dalita hiranya kashiputanu bringam Keshavadrita narahari rupa jai jagarisha hare jai jagarisha hare Chalayasi vikramane balim arbutavaman Paranakhane rajanita janapavan One more time. Chalayasi vikramane balim arbutavaman Padanakhane rajanita janapavan Keshavadrita Vāmana Rupa Keshavadrita Vāmana Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Kshatriya Rudhira Maye Jagarapagata Papa Snapayasi payasi shamita bhavatapam Keshavadrita Bhrigupati Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Vitarasi Dikshurane Dhikpati Kamaniyam Dashamukhamoli balim ramaniyam Keshavadrita Rama sharira jai jagarisha Hare jai jagarisha Hare Vahasi vapushi vishare Vasanam jaladabam Halahati bhiti milita yamunabam Keshavadrita haladara ropa Keshavadrita Balladeva Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Nindasya Gya Vider Ahaha Shruti Jata Sadaya Hridaya Darshita Pashughatam Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Lecha Nivahani Dane Kalayasi Karavala Dhumaketumeva Kimapi Karalam Keshavadrita Kalki Sharira Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Shri Jaya Deva Kaveri Damuditam Udaram Shinu Shubhadam Sukadam Bhavasharam Keshavadrita Daśāvatara-stotram Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Keshavadrita Mina Sharira Keshavadrita Kurma Sharira Keshavadrita Shukara Rupa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Keshavadrita Vāmana Rupa Keshavadrita Brigupati Rupa Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Keshavadrita Haladara Rupa Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira Keshavadrita Kalki Sharira Keshavadrita Daśāvatara Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Vedan udharate jagant. What's the meter for this? Vedan udharate jagant. Vedan udharate jaganti vahate bhugolam udvibhrate daityan dharayate baling chalayate kshatram kshayam kurvate apolyastyam jagate halam kalayate karunyamantanvate amlechan murchayate dashakriti krite krishnaya tubhyam namah krishnaya tubhyam namah Jaya Vāmana Deva Jaya Vāmana Deva Vāmana Deva Jaya Vāmana Deva Jaya Daśāvatara Jaya Daśāvatara Daśāvatara Jaya Daśāvatara Jaya Daśāvatari Jaya Krishna Chandra Daśāvatari Jaya Krishna Chandra Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Shamli is very determined to sleep right now. Oh God, sorry. She just pushed me over. Okay. Awkward position. Okay, so now it is Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī's appearance day, so we will read from Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja's Śrī Chaitanya and his associates. So, okay. Let me share my screen. Wait, I'm going to turn on noise suppression now. Okay. Okay, so this is the book, Śrī Chaitanya and his associates by Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosvāmī Mahārāja. According to the Gaur Ganodesh Dipika, verse 195, Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī was previously Vilasa Manjari in Vraj. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so according to Gaurāganadesha Dipika, Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī was previously Vilas Manjari in Vraj. In verse 203 of the same book, it is stated that he was the son of Ballabha and a scholar of an exemplary character. Shushila Pandita Shriman Jiva Shri Vallabhatmaja. According to the Gaudiya Vaishnava Abhidan, Jīva Gosvāmī was present in this world from 1511 to 1519. 1596. 1511 to 1596. That's 1433 to 1518 Shaka. But some other sources propose that Jiva lived from 1533 to 1618. Okay. Jīva Gosvāmī's early life. That's quite a big difference. Yeah, like a 22 year difference. Jīva Gosvāmī's early life. Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī appeared in the village of Ramakeli in the district of Malda as the son of Anupam Malik, Vallabha, who had made his residence there in order to serve in the government. The name of Jīva Gosvāmī's mother is not known. Narahari Chakravarti in his Bhakti Ratnakar, I don't know what that number that's supposed to be. Anyways, in his Bhakti Ratnakar, in the first chapter, he has given Jīva Gosvāmī's genealogy going back 7 generations. This list, as explained by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, has been given here in this volume in the chapter on Srila Rupa Goswami. Jīva Goswami's father's original name was Vallabha, but Mahaprabhu gave him the name Anupam. That's you can find that in Madhya Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1936. Mahaprabhu met Anupam for the first time when he came to Ramakeli. By his will, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami abandoned all their worldly duties and then set off in an effort to be reunited with Mahaprabhu in Vrindavan. The same spirit of renunciation took hold in Jīva Goswami's heart at this time also, as had been vividly described by Narahari in Bhakti Ratnakar as follows. So, Narahari Chakravarti Thakur says, Shri Jiva's mind became distracted from the time that his 2 uncles went to Vrindavan. He abandoned his jewels and fine dress, comfortable bed, food, various amusements. It was as though nothing interested him anymore. He could not bear hearing news of political and other mundane affairs. It's Bhakti Ratnakar 686 to 88. 688. I wonder what age Śrīla Jīva Goswami was at this time when Rupa and Sanatan took off. I'm guessing he was just a young boy. Narahari Chakravarti summarizes Jīva Goswami's early life story as follows. In a dream, Jīva Goswami had a vision of Mahaprabhu dancing in the midst of Sankirtan. He was overwhelmed by feelings of divine love and soon thereafter left his home. He had some companions who went with him as far as Fatehapad from Bakla Chandradweep. But from there, he continued alone to Navadweep. There he met Nityananda Prabhu in the home of Srivas Pandit and received his blessings. Nityananda Prabhu told him at that time that he should go to Vrindavan. And now here's a quote from what book? From Bhakti Ratnakar, 765. With fatherly affection, Nityananda Prabhu touched Śrī Jiva's head with his feet. He showed incomparable mercy toward Śrī Jiva, lifting him from the ground and embracing him tightly. Transported by divine ecstasy, Nityananda Prabhu said, I rushed here from Harikathā for your sake alone. He said other things like this to pacify Śrī Jiva, and then made Srivas Pandit and other devotees give their blessings to him. After keeping Śrī Jiva there for some time with him, Nityananda Prabhu set him off to the west. He said, Hurry off now to Vraj. That is the place the Lord has given over to your family. That is the place the Lord has given over to your family. Wow. It is not clear whether Jīva Gosvāmī ever met Mahaprabhu directly. However, there is a hint in the Bhakti Ratnakar that Jīva Gosvāmī was a baby when the Lord came to Ramakeli. Jīva Gosvāmī demonstrated an interest and devotion to the Supreme Lord from his early childhood. Even when playing with his friends, he was only interested in games that were connected to the worship of Krishna. Now, this is also, I'm guessing, from Bhakti Ratnakar. It says, when Śrī Jīva was a little boy, he refused to play any game with other boys that had no relation to Krishna. He made deities of Krishna and Balaram and would worship them with flowers and sandalwood paste and dress and decorate them. He would gaze upon them with unblinking eyes, sitting motionless on the floor like a golden doll. When he paid obeisance to the deities, his eyes filled with tears. He would offer their lordships sweets and then take the prasad and distribute it to his friends. It's Bhakti Ratnakar 1.719 to 723. Wow. It's transcendental dolls. Jīva Gosvāmī goes to Vraj. By Nityananda Prabhu's grace, Jīva Gosvāmī was able to visit all the sacred sites in Navadvip Dham. After completing his tour of the Dham, he traveled to Benares, where he studied all the scriptures with Madhusudan Vachaspati. Then he went on to Vrindavan, where he remained under the tutelage of Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada has given the following summary of Jīva Gosvāmī's life and his anubhashya to Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says, after the disappearance of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Jīva Gosvāmī was established as the topmost teacher of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas of Orissa, Bengal, and Mathura provinces. He engaged everyone in the worship of Krishna through teaching the truths given by Mahaprabhu himself. He would occasionally perform Vrajdam Parikrama with the other devotees, and sometimes he would go with Vittalanath in Mathura. Sometimes he would go to visit Vittalanath in Mathura. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita during Srila Jīva Gosvāmī's lifetime. Not long thereafter, when Srinivas, Narottam, and Dukhi Krishnadas came from Bengal, he gave them the titles Acharya, Thakur, and Shamananda respectively. He then sent them back to Bengal with all the scriptures that had been written by the Goswamis, with instructions to preach the religion of the holy names and love of Krishna. He received the news of the loss of the scriptures, and later of their retrieval. He later gave the title Kaviraj to both Ramachandra Sen and his brother Govinda. Janavadevi and other devotees came to Vrindavan during his lifetime. Whenever Bengali devotees came to Vraj, he arranged for prasad and lodgings during their stay. Wow. Srila Jīva Gosvāmī personally would arrange the prasad and lodgings of the Bengali devotees whenever they'd come to Vraj. That's from the Anubhashya of Adi Lila, chapter 10, verse 85. The loss of the scriptures referred to in the above paragraph took place when the agents of King Virahamvir of Ban Vishnupur stole them. Later, when the king heard Srinivasacharya speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, he was converted to Vaishnavism and took initiation from him. Srinivasacharya thus recovered the books. All this is described in full in this volume in the chapter of Srinivasacharya. Jiva's writings and controversies. In the Bhakti Ratnakar, a list of 25 works ascribed to Jīva Gosvāmī has been given. 1. Harinamamritya Vyakaranam. 2. Sutra Malika. 3. Dhatu Sangraha. 4. Krishnarchan Dipika. 5. Gopal Virudavali. 6. Rasamrita Shesh. 7. Madhav Mahotsav. 8. Sankalpa Kalpa Vriksha. 9. Bhavarta Suchak Champu. 10. A commentary on Gopal Tapani Upanishad. 11. A commentary on Brahma Samhita. 12. A commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. 13. A commentary on Ujjvala Nilamani. 14. A commentary on Yogasar Stavaka. 15. Gayatri Bhashya of Agni Puran. 16. Krishna Pada Chinna of Padma Puran. 17. Radhika Kara Pada Stita Chinna. 18. Gopal Champu, Purva and Uttar divisions. 19. Krama Sandarbha. 20. Tattva Sandarbha. 21. Bhagavat Sandarbha. 22. Paramatma Sandarbha. 23. Krishna Sandarbha. 24. Bhakti Sandarbha. And 25. Priti Sandarbha. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada has given the following warning in his Anubhashya to those inexperienced persons who might be deprived of Krishna Prem through the influence of ignorant and offensive Sahajya teachings. Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says, 3 slanderous ideas about Jiva Goswami are current amongst the ignorant Prakrit Sahajyas. Anyone influenced by these, I don't know this word, calumnies? Calumny means calumny means the making. Oh, okay. It means the making of false and defamatory statements about someone in order to damage their reputation. Slander. Okay. So anyone influenced by these, which are fundamentally inimical to Krishna, the Guru and the Vaishnavas, will become increasingly offensive and end up losing his taste for the service to the Supreme Lord. So, first thing they say, it is said that a certain Digvijay scholar, eager to amass mundane prestige, came to Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami to get their signature as an admission of defeat in the debate. Jiva Goswami's gurus conceded defeat without any argument, and the arrogant scholar proclaims them to be nothing more than ignorant fools. He then asked Jiva Goswami also to sign such an admission of defeat. Jiva Goswami, however, decided to take on the puffed-up Brahmin in debate in order to silence his scurrilous tongue. In this way, he preserves the integrity of his spiritual master's reputation and demonstrated the ideal behavior of one who is Guru Devatma, one who recognizes his spiritual master to be his worshipable deity and source of life. Some ignorant Sahajyas, however, say that Sri Jiva's behavior went contrary to Mahaprabhu's teaching of being humbler than a blade of grass and of giving respect to others. Indeed, they say that Rupa Goswami chastised Jiva Goswami for this very reason and ostracized him for some time, and only when Sanatan Goswami interceded on Jiva Goswami's behalf did he accept him again into his association. Only when these enemies of the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas receive Krishna's mercy and begin to see themselves as their eternal servants will they also receive Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu's blessings and be able to understand what it really means to be humbler than a blade of grass and a giver of respect to all. Only then will they be eligible to chant the holy names in the proper way. So they think that Jiva Goswamis went against that verse, Trinada Pisunichena, Toroda Pisaishana, those offensive Prakrit Sahajas. Now, 2. Some other foolish Sahajas say that when Jiva Goswami first read the Chaitanya Charitamrita with its clear and brilliant explanation of the divine devotional sentiments of Braj, he was afraid that it would hamper his own scholarly reputation. He therefore threw the manuscript down a well in a spirit of mean-mindedness. Upon hearing of this, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was greatly shocked and immediately gave up his body. Fortunately, Kaviraj Goswami's disciple Mukunda had made a copy of the original manuscript, and thus it was preserved and later published far and wide. Had Mukunda not done so, the Chaitanya Charitamrita would have been lost forever. This is another contemptible bit of invention based on an inimical attitude to the Guru and Vaishnava. It has no basis in reality, and there is no possibility of its being true. I've heard another version of that story. I think the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Śrīla Jīva, it's a totally bogus story, of course, but Śrīla Jīva Goswami threw the Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Yamuna, and then it floated back to the shore or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Anyhow. Now 3, here's another inimical thing the Prakrit Sahajas say. They say, according to other sense-obsessed fornicators, oh my god, Śrīla Jīva Goswami should not be accepted as an authority, because in his treatises, he did not accept Rupa Goswami's Parakiyavad idea, but rather supported the Swakiyavad. They say that he cannot be accepted as a rasik bhakta, or a devotee who is knowledgeable in the divine sentiments. The fact is that during Jīva Gosvāmi's lifetime, some of his followers demonstrated a preference for the Svakiyavad. Jīva Gosvāmī recognized their limitations, and so, for their benefit, and for the benefit of those in the future who would be unable to comprehend the transcendental nature of Parakiya Ras, and would themselves take up adulterous relationships in imitation of Krishna, he gave credence to the Swakiya doctrine. This is a sign of his acting appropriately as an acharya. One should not take this as evidence of his being opposed to the transcendental Parakiya Ras, however, for he is the topmost of Rupa Goswami's followers, and one of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's spiritual teachers. That's from Anubhashya of Adi Lila, chapter 10, verse 85. Rupa Goswami's mercy to Śrī Jīva Prabhu. Narahari Chakravarti has shown how Rupa Goswami instructed Jīva Goswami, punished him, and then blessed him in a story told in the 5th wave of Bhakti Ratnakar. Okay, so this is the real version of the story. One hot summer's day, while Rupa Goswami was writing Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in seclusion, and Jīva Goswami was fanning his perspiring body, okay, this is actually a different story. Ballabha Bhatta came by to see Rupa Goswami, I think. Or maybe it's the same story, and they just don't tell that Ballabha Bhatta was the... I don't know. Anyhow. After reading some of Rupa Goswami's introductory verses, he offered to make a few corrections. When Ballabha Bhatta went to the Yamuna to take a bath, Jīva Goswami followed him on the pretext of going to fetch water. In fact, he was angry because he considered... Wait, do I have noise suppression turned on? Oh, okay. There. Okay. So, in fact, he was angry because he considered Ballabha Bhatta's proposal to be arrogant. He asked him what fault he had found in Rupa Goswami's verse. Ballabha Bhatta told him, and Jīva Goswami immediately showed him the flaws in his argument. A debate ensued in which Jīva Goswami counteracted every one of Ballabha Bhatta's objections. And if I remember correctly, the verse that Ballabha Bhatta said to change is the Bhukti Mukti Spriha Ya Pisachi Hridhi Vartate, that verse, where Rupa Goswami compares the desire for Bhukti and Mukti. He compares them to be like witches, Pishachi. And so then Ballabha Bhatta said, well, this isn't actually correct because Mukti, not all Mukti is bad, and it shouldn't be compared. Mukti isn't bad in itself. It shouldn't be compared to a witch. So then Jīva Goswami said that he's not saying that Mukti is a witch. He's saying that the desire for Mukti, Bhukti and Mukti, is like a witch, if I remember correctly. So when he came back to Rupa Goswami's hut, Ballabha Bhatta told him how impressed he was with Jīva Goswami's scholarship, recounting the entire episode. Rupa Goswami gently rebuked Jīva Goswami, telling him to return to Bengal and to come back to Vrindavan only when he had calmed down. Thus banished from his presence, Jīva Goswami left Rupa Goswami's dwelling and went to Nandagat, a nearby village. Hoping to regain his guru's favor, he began to practice rigorous austerities, worshipping Krishna intensely while fasting or eating only a bare minimum. As a result of such severe practices, his body became weak and sickly. One day, Sanatana Goswami happened to come to Nandagat and discovered him in this condition. I remember hearing in the story, they'd say, the residents around there, they said, "Oh, Sanatana Goswami, we used to think that you were supremely renounced, but we found an even more renounced sadhu than you," or something like that. And then they brought Sanatana Goswami to Jīva Goswami, something like that.
In Srinarai Mahārāja's book, Parikrama, the first one, he tells that he inhabited an abandoned crocodile cave on the river, on the Jamuna.
Wow, an abandoned crocodile cave.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So so then he was moved and Srila Sanatana Goswami was moved, and he took Jiva Goswami back with him to Rupa Goswami and appealed to his brother to forgive him. And then what did Sanatana Goswami say? He said, what is the duties of, I forgot exactly what it was, but what is the duty of a follower of Mahaprabhu, or of a something like that? And then Rupa Goswami said, Jive Doya, to show compassion towards the living entities. And then he's like, yeah, so then will you show any Doya to this Jiva Goswami? Something like that. I'm terrible with details, but yeah. So Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami were thus reconciled, and Jiva Goswami once again began to receive Rupa Goswami's affectionate blessings. Jiva Goswami's appearance day is on Bhadra Shukla Dvādaśī. His disappearance day is in Posh Shukla Tritiya. His deity, Radha Damodar, is still being worshipped in the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. His Samadhi tomb is on the grounds of the Radha Damodar temple, and his Bhajan Kutir is preserved at Radhakund, near Lalita Kund, right across from Lalita Kund. Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad Ki Jai. Oh wow, we went 8 minutes over time. So maybe we can sing. I'll just sing, like we can just sing it in unison. We'll sing Vishaya Vasana Rupa Chittara Vikara. I don't think there's enough time to sing the Sochak, Jiva Goswami Sochak. So we'll just sing that. And then we'll end our program for today. Just sharing my screen. Okay, let's find this. Vishaya Vasana Rupa. Vishaya. Oops. Vasana. Okay. My desire for sense objects is a perversion of consciousness, which constantly, this is by Bhakti Thakur, which constantly impels my mind to want to enjoy. Oh, how much effort I have made, but my perversion has not gone. Even after all this effort I've made, my perversion has not gone. In the end, my life goes instead. This frightful perversion has perturbed me. Because my heart is restless, peace finds no place there. When will Srila Rupa Goswami bestow his mercy upon me and deliver me by investing me with yukta vairagya? When will Srila Sanatana Goswami, out of great compassion, make me forsake sense gratification and then offer me to Sri Nityananda Prabhu? When will Srila Jīva Gosvāmī, with the waters of conclusive truth, extinguish the fire of false arguments which are burning my heart? At that time, hearing the name of Sri Chaitanya will cause ecstatic horripilation in my body. By drinking the nectar of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, I shall become free from all grief. This sinful person is the most wretched among the wretched. This destitute soul begs for shelter at the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. Let me turn on my suppression. Okay. Vishaya Vasana Rupa Chittara Vikar Amara Hridaye Bhokoreyani Bar Koto Je Jatana Ami Korilama Hai Nagelo Vikara Buji Sheshe Prana Jai E Ghora Vikara More Korilaya Sthir Shanti na pailo Stanantara Adhira Śrī Rūpa Gosvāmī more kripa vidariya udari be kabe jukta vairagya arpiya kabe sanatana more charaye vishay nityanande samarpibe hoya sadai Śrī Jīva Gosvāmī kabe siddhanta śrīla Śrī Jīva Gosvāmī kabe siddhanta śrīla nibai betar kanala chitta jahe jwale nibai betar kanala chitta jahe jwale Shri Chaitanya nama shune udibe polaka Radha Krishna Amrita pane hoi boya shoka Kangaler sukankala durjana e jana Vaishnava charana shai jacheya kinchana Vaishnava charana shai jacheya kinchana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Rupa Gosvāmī Prabhu Rupa Gosvāmī Jai Rupa Gosvāmī Jai Sanatan Gosvāmī Jai Sanatan Gosvāmī Jai Sanatan Gosvāmī Jai Jīva Gosvāmī Jai Śrī Jīva Gosvāmī Jai Śrī Jīva Gosvāmī Jai Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jai Bhatta Raghunath Jai Śrī Jīva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Jai Swaparshara Jai Gaura Hari Swaparshara Jaya Gaura Hari Hari Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jai Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol Jai Śrī Vāmana-deva ki Jai Śrī Bali Mahārāja Vindhyavali Devi ki Jai Jai Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pāda Ki Jai. To dear Shubha Avirbhav Titi Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Hare Krishna. Jai. Srivas, would you like to do Jai Dwani? If not, I can do it, but just... Okay. Okay, I'll do the Jai Dwani. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shishi Radha Damodar Ju Ki Jai. Jai Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Vāmana Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Swami Mahārāja Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Bhakti Ballabha Tīrtha Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. All the associates of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Srila Baladev Vijibhushan Prabhu Ki Jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Shard Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shikor Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namachay Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदत्त गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाय की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। जय श्री Jai Śrī Vāmana-deva ki jai. Jai Śrī Vāmana Dvādaśī Titi ki jai. Jai Śrī Jaya Mahadvādaśī Titi ki jai. Titi Palankari Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Śrī Bali Mahārāja ki jai. Bali Mahārāja's saintly wife Vindhyavali Devi ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jai Śrī Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pāda Ki Jai. So dear Shubha Avirbhav Titi Ki Jai. Jai. All the writings of Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pāda Ki Jai. Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsidevai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyashtra Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Gadagraj Prabhu, Champak Mataji, and Srivas Prabhu. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook who is all there. Amal Krishna Prabhu, Indira Mataji, Jai Shri Didi, Vinda Didi, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Pramila Mataji, Vidyalalasa Didi, Shukada Didi, and all other devotees. Wow, 12 devotees altogether. If you write a comment, I'll see your name. But Dandavat Pranams, thank you so much for joining. Does anybody here have anything they want to share before we, anything about Jiva Goswami or about Vāmana-deva? Anything interesting or anything about what we read before we end?
I have one tiny thing.
Yes.
There was something interesting about a Vāmana-deva pastime in the Dainik Nadya Prakash. There's a series that goes through the major stories in the Bhagavatam and tries to look at them in a more historical or scholarly acceptable historical perspective. So it talks about how I'll post it in the chat so people can read also more in detail. But it basically talks about there being a city in Punjab, which was even there at the time of Alexander, that was called Patal. So Vāmana Deva sending Bali Maharaj to Patal might not have been like actually to the subterranean planets, or that might have been later, or that might have been in another yuga. In a more Naravat telling of that story, yeah, they were banished from like upper, like the Aryans were coming in from between Iran, like the Caspian Sea. So Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan was all part of one country, right? So the upper country, I'm assuming, was Iran and Afghanistan. And so the Devas, so Bali Maharaj, there was a conflict back and forth. Bali Maharaj would have conquered something, their kingdom in the north and driven them out of their capital, maybe. And then Vāmana Deva comes and very cleverly rescues the kingdom of the Devas and pushes them south towards the ocean, supposedly it was at the confluence, the city was at the confluence of the ocean and the Sindhu River. So, yeah, that's just interesting, a different perspective on that.
Yeah, but that deviated into some speculation that the Aryans came from Europe or Central Asia towards India and then conquer. And so it was debunked.
It's not actually a speculation. I mean, it's something that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur talks about and accepts. People, Hindu nationalists, ignorantly dub it as an Aryan invasion, but there was no invasion because Iran was India. There was no invasion.
Yeah, the whole planet was Bharat, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But what I'm thinking is that in that some people might think that, well, these are tall tales that when we talk about that Krishna, travels throughout the universe with Arjuna, they're all different planetary systems. The Devas come into Earth and like that, or our connection to other planetary systems. And we read not too long ago about what is given to Bali because of his connection to Prahlad Maharaj. So the entire family is given a planet, actually, Sutada. Do you remember this? I think it's in Bhagavatam.
Yeah, but it's confusing because some interpretations look at the southern hemisphere as the Netherlands, the subterranean lands.
Yeah,
right?
They look at South America as the subterranean heavenly planets. And Prabhupada told us, our Prabhupada told us that there were tunnels done, probably to this day, they're still there, from Lanka to Brazil area. And the day Brazil is so wealthy, I mean, Peru, all the Andes and that area, so there's so much gold. And so Sri Lanka was built with that gold. Anyhow,
Yeah, it's interesting. The different perspectives, and both can be true. A lot of these pastimes of Bhagavan happen on many levels. They happen on Daivic levels, Naravat levels, and spiritual and emotional and psychic levels within us as well. So I'd say it's all possible.
Right.
Although I was just in Bali, which is interestingly named, and it's a very beautiful place. I would call it Sutal. The people are rather short and very pious. They're like very Vāmana, very Brahminical. And it's interesting. There's just east of Bali, there's another island, but between Bali and this other island, there's a line that none of the animals in the sky or the water will cross.
Wow.
And on the other island are all the animals from Australia. And on Bali is all the northern hemisphere island animals. So there's this line right at Bali. We're just over the equator, where it seems to be a different planetary system. It's very beautiful. The weather is very perfect. The aesthetics are very nice. It's very luxurious. It's like a heavenly planet, and they're very religious.
You know, my brother-in-law. Yeah, he described. My brother-in-law was the first sannyas and first devotee there in Bali to preach.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and so they received him so well. They were feeding him on gold plates at the temple.
Oh, wow.
They received him, you know, like utmost respect, and he couldn't believe the place. And of course, he was
a beautiful temple.
Yeah, sorry.
And it has Gaur Govinda Maharaj and Bhakti Damodar Maharaj there. They're Pushpa Samadhis, I guess. Radha Raseshwar. Yeah, beautiful little temple.
Well, Malini was there, right? I saw some videos on her Facebook page.
Yeah, she was teaching the hippies how to dance properly in kirtan. There's all these kirtan events there, but nobody knows how to like proper Vaishnava etiquette, you know, dancing and stuff.
Teaching kind of like more modest dancing than
yeah, you still have fun, but be a little modest. And, you know, that's all I wanted to add. Thank you.
That was super interesting, and I really like that point of like there's different levels of Krishna's pastimes happening on a Nadavat level, on a Daivik level, and that can reconcile so many things. That kind of perspective.
And the essence they took from it was that like love is the most powerful thing. Love is the most powerful force or tactic, right? To compel someone. It was an exchange between Bali and Bāman, you know. Actually, Bali Maharaj got more than, I mean, you already read that, right? He got more than the Devas got. They just got a kingdom. He got the feet of the Lord on his head. He got everything.
Right.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Motherji.
There's only 3 places where like Bhagavan's like, well, I mean, Bhagavan's everywhere, but there's like 3 like exact places like that he's manifests at least. And that is, what were the 3 places? Sure. There's with Bali Maharaj, then the Kir Sagar, and in Vaikuntha. Those are like, well, I guess Vaikuntha's anyways.
Right. Yeah, like the we have Nrsimha, and isn't it? They say that Lord Nrsimha went there to wash, to clean up, right there in Navadvip.
Yes.
So interesting. I mean, where did it happen? Did it happen up in the heavenly kingdoms where he killed, where Hiranyakashipu was, or was back on the planet? So that what you were saying, it kind of really reconciles, and it reminded me of something. I don't know if I'm sure you know that there's also each demon represents some quality or like that. Yeah, so like you said, in the psychological level, that we can, you know, understand these things. But it's also, you know, beyond my comprehension in this level, or what my level is, you know, base myself on the mind. So, you know, that's why harikatha is so good to hear from devotees that transcended all of this, and actually they're coming from transcendence. Well, thank you. I gotta run, but
everybody, and yeah, that was super interesting, Srivas. And
thank you.
Dhanavad Sundari Hari Prabhu.
Dhanavad Srivas.
See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's, I think it's 184th appearance day. So I have no idea what we're going to do, but we're going to have to do something extra special. And probably tomorrow, I'm not going to put a time limit on the program because it's Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's like an overwhelming day, so much. So yeah, so I hope to see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe.